I do have a little part in my heart that belongs to Vienna. I spent 5 years studying in Vienna. I started my conducting education in Vienna, and I lived there for between 2005 and 10, and it was very much part of my identity as a conductor. So New Year and Vienna, it's more or less an analogy. And if you think about New Year's, we think about these Strauss waltzes and polkas and the blue Danube, and me being a Hungarian, being from Budapest, the Danube as a river, and it was always there in my life. Sure. I was crossing it every day. So the Viennese New Year's concerts were always something that I watched in the telly, and as soon as I became a conductor, I was always asked to do these concerts. So I think it is a must to keep the tradition and do polkas and waltzes, because this is what resonates with the audience. This is what the audience expects. But I like to put an extra twist on it, without making it something completely different, but with making it perhaps even more interesting and even more flavorful. Sure. And I thought that it could be fantastic to show the connection between Viennese music or Hungarian music, or the influence between the two, or as a matter of fact, popular music from Central Europe. To evoke this the best possible way, I asked two of the most interesting gypsy musicians now living in Budapest to come and join us and show this rich heritage. And we will play some Hungarian dances by Brahms. We will play some Hungarian rhapsodies by Liszt. The way they have been written, or the way they have been transcribed for orchestra and classical instruments. But these musicians are going to use their imagination to color them. They will use improvisation. They will showcase how the tunes could have been at that time when Liszt and Brahms walk into a restaurant or a celebration to listen to them. And they will do a little bit of some cadenzas, take over some instrumental intros or instrumental bridges in these very famous dances and rhapsodies, and add an extra flavor to it.
Do you want to name drop the artists and also the unusual instruments they play?
And of course, which is really important, that one of the instruments are going to be quite unusual, the cimbalom, the Hungarian cimbalom, which is almost like a piano without the keys and the cover. You just see the strings, or like a harp on a box, and you have to use sticks as little hammers to make the sound, and you can be super virtuose. And Jenő Lisztes is one of the most amazing Hungarian cimbalom players, who will charm us with his virtuoso and yet very tender playing of this instrument, the cimbalom, which is named the dulcimer also in English. And joining us will be also Lajos Sárközy Jr. He's from a whole dynasty of gypsy violinists, Primás, which is like the premier violinist in all of these gypsy groups, who has had a very important classical education. So he's the third or fourth generation of this dynasty, and is in his 20s, and he carries both the traditions from his fathers and grandfathers of playing traditional gypsy music, but also is a classically trained violinist, virtuoso superstar. So we will keep the Viennese traditions, and we will play the most known traditional Viennese New Year's music, but we will infuse it with some gypsy power, with some Hungarian gypsy blood, and I think this will produce something that is an explosive cocktail, and that really puts us to a very positive and sparkling journey into the new year.